If plants had a voice, perhaps they could tell us their story. But the plants do not have a voice. So today I'm going to tell you their story as I imagine the plants might tell it. We are plants. We are many different kinds and we live all over the world, in the sea and on land. We're large and small. We have lots of different colors: green, brown, red, orange, yellow, blue. Some of us are thorny, some smooth, some curved, some straight. Some are fluffy, some hard. We live very simply. All we need is air, water, minerals, and sunlight. For our use of the air, water, and soil, we pay very handsomely, giving gifts of seed and fruit, shade and moisture. We are born with a sense of duty to perform our job as well as we can, and each of us lives to do that job in the best possible way. We've oftentimes heard human beings as they walk through the woods saying, "How lovely it is here! How peaceful are the plants!" And it's true. Our days are spent quietly, our leaves tilted up to the great light of the sun. Without the light, we would die. Sometimes one tree will overshadow another tree's leaves. If this happens, the tree will not protest, but will bend its leaves in another direction to catch the light of the sun. Next time you go walking in the woods, look up and see the canopy of leaves, each leaf finding its own space to soak up the sun. Each of us shares the food that the forest has to offer with others. Large plants will take more of the air, water, and minerals than the small plants do in order to live. But the large plants share what they have taken with the small plants by shedding baskets and baskets of leaves. These leaves fall down to the earth each year and keep the soil full of minerals for the younger, smaller plants. Sometimes you'll see a forest of large trees. These are our elders. They are old and hold great secrets. We let them live together and use up most of the sun in the forest. The forest is no place for an uninvited young tree, but when a large tree dies and falls to the ground, space is made for a young tree to grow, flourish, and in time take the place of an elder. The young tree enjoys the company of the elders and learns its job by watching them work each day to fill the air with water and oxygen for the animals. Since we cannot move from the spot in which we are born, we make fast friends with the soil and our surroundings. We hold on to the soil tightly so that it will not wash away in a storm. We politely grow around large stones, and if we are smaller and younger, bend away from larger and older trees so as not to crowd them and make them feel cramped. Fortunately, or unfortunately, some of us will not survive if we grow too close. There's not enough light and water for all the plants which might want to grow in the same space. Each of us, more or less, has the same needs. We need air, water, minerals, and light. There's a place on earth for many of each variety of us. Some of us have found a home in the desert. Some of us live at the seashore. Some of us live in cooler places. Some enjoy the deep woods. Some like open fields. Wherever we are, we live in harmony with the earth and the air, taking what we need to produce a bounty of green leaves, cool air, and shade. Some of us have tricks which we use in order to survive. In times when there's not enough water because the soil freezes, some of us can sleep until the conditions improve. Some of us grow very fast in the increasing warmth of early spring. This is the time before the large trees wake up and block the light. Others of us, like the grasses, grow underground when it is dry, but when the first sign of moisture comes, we can put out leaves overnight. The dandelion is one of our favorite tricksters. You can even cut off its head of leaves 3 times and it will still live. Many of us begin our lives in the same way, as a seed with a tough waterproof coat covering some food for the baby plant. This coat protects the seed from harm while it is carried by the wind or by some animal. All seeds that we make do not grow into plants. Millions of our seeds are used by the animals for their food. Many seeds drop near where plants are already settled and there's no room for more plants. Sometimes the wind gets the order mixed up and carries our seeds to the oceans, mountaintops, where it's too cold for the seeds to grow. Sometimes seeds land on a rock where there's no water. But we plan for this. Many more seeds are made each year than we really need to keep our kind alive. Seeds that land on soil might have the opportunity to grow. Once the seed is in soil, the coat can soak up water. Soon the seed breaks open, and down goes the thirsty root, and up goes the leaves carried by the stem in their search for the warm, bright sun. The plant will be able to grow only if it finds the light. Each plant has cells which are like a colony of busy workers. There are cells with one task and cells with other tasks. Each little brick of cells knows what its task is. The leaves, for example, are the adorers of the sun. They look only at the sun, for the leaves use this light to make food for the rest of the plant. A group of workers take in carbon dioxide, keep the carbon, and throw out the oxygen for the animals. Other workers make the sugar that is the plant's food. The stem works by holding the leaves up to catch the sun's light. The stem also carries tubes. These tubes carry water and minerals to the leaves where the food is made, and other tubes carry food to the rest of the plant. The roots cut into the ground and bore for water. They're sensitive to water and can sense it from afar. Each year we look forward to a special time, for it is at this time that the plants have a big feast. At this time the male and female parts of the plant prepare to make seeds. There is free food, color, and scent for all the insects and birds. Some of the insects are fussy, so we make colorful landing areas for their arrival. The insects help us make new seeds because some of our pollen brushes on the insect, and the insect carries this pollen to another plant. This pollen fertilizes the egg of that plant. Then the party's over. The scents and colors disappear and we're green again. Workers build the sacks of food inside the seed for the time when the seeds must go out into the world. We tell them the pride of our species and give them each a packet of instructions. Each plant has a different way of sending off its children. Some go by taking a ride with the wind, some attaching themselves to animals which carry them away, some eaten by birds who swallow the seeds but later throw them out unharmed. This is our story, the story of plants. We're raised, as you can see, with a very special sense of life.